curious to see how it feels to be with a B-I-M-P rolling the pins with me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Fight number 5. We're in the B-class division. We're in the featherweight division, and it's all thanks to Nightcraft Bobbers. First of all, our blue corner, weighing in at 66.2 kilos, 2 wins from 5 starts in the cage. He trains under Elvis Sinosic. He fights out of the King's Academy in Sydney, Daniel Ang. Our red corner, his fight record stands at 7 fights and 3 victories. Last night he weighed in at 65.1 kilos. Fighting under Sam Nest, he trains at Rings MMA in Lismore, Dan O'Rourke.
And we're underway in this featherweight bout in the B-class division. I mean, immediately, first thing I can see is that taped up knee of Dan O'Rourke, and it's immediately attacked by Ung. Feeling out process from both boys. Dan eats one. Ung very, very poised, throwing one down the pipe and connecting. Giving it back now.
These guys are not shy of experience with 13 fights between them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's showing already. A fantastic sprawl by Dan. Really... both guys picking their shots in the striking exchanges, no wasted energy. Beautiful counter by Dan.
You see in their eyes, both these boys are really switched on, and you can tell from that takedown defense.
Yeah, sure. Something with striking, and especially with the amateurs, you can tell a lot by how somebody uses their lead hand. So many times you see guys who hit pads, they fall in love with their right hand. They try to lead with their right hand. They try to set up the right hand. Both guys using their lead hand fantastically here. Beautiful jabs, beautiful lead hooks. Says a lot. Going tit for tat. Oh, and Dan's clipped him. This could be Young's world though. Don't get it wrong. He's a BJJ black belt. He's at home on the ground. Dan, very smart, letting him up. Walks off. Dan drops him, takes the points, and says thank you very much.
O'Rourke did not want to know about the ground. He wants him up.
No.
He wants to do the job.
Beautiful lead hand again from Dan. He's fought at bantamweight, but I do like seeing Dan here at featherweight. He looks a bit more filled out. And obviously throwing power. He's dropped Ung already.
We saw Ung throw a couple of kicks there earlier. I think that's a good option.
Yeah, absolutely. You can sit outside.
Needs to set those up a little bit better, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing worse than a naked kick if you can get caught. You can't, if you can get checked, I mean, you're damaging your own leg there. It can really throw you out of your game.
There we go. Looking to attack that lead leg, as you said earlier. Needs to throw more of that. Here we go, right overhand.
Yeah, Dan eats one this time. Really, really good matchmaking here. It's creating a very interesting fight. Dan gets dropped, and Ung comes in throwing wild, trying to finish it.
Straight back up again. He is tough. He's a tough boy.
Absolutely. Dan throwing a shot, and he connects El Nong. Whoa, Dan's footwork there, but he was stunned. It was a very telling tale. Wings one over the top. A lot of the time you can tell how damaged the fighter is by how his feet work. Dan eats one on the chin as he comes in. He's got to be more careful than that. Hands are down on Dan O'Rourke. Ung creeping forward. Very measured. Using those kicks like you said. Staying outside of Dan's range where he can throw those big ones from the lead hand. The hook setting up the right hand. Ung with a bit of swelling.
Both the boys are keen for a little rest here. That was
Veteran referee Tim Takano cleans house.
Round 2.
Cannot wait for more of this. And no glove touch by Ung there. That's very interesting.
Ung was straight back into the center, looking to make that his home.
Yeah. Dan beautifully timing his left hook there as Ung threw the right hand and coming through. That's a little bit of that striking IQ that we were talking about. Always favour the left hand to set up the right. Ung going straight for the right.
And Dan's done a really good job there of taking that center back.
Yeah, he has. The threat of the lead hand is much more of a weapon to be able to go and bring a fighter in when you can just leap in with that left hand, make them pay for it, and then follow up. I think a lot of that is telling in the psychology of how Ung has chosen to hang back into this round.
Yeah, look, he does look a little bit more relaxed, but let's see if he can get some shots away. I'd like to see him throw some more of those kicks. He's walking forward here. Nice kick to the body.
Back stand up. Very interesting. With the BJJ black belt, he is just not looking to take it to the ground. He just wants to stand and bang.
I think that Dan's really doing a great job, Jacob, nullifying the grappling exchanges. So I don't know that Ung feels terribly comfortable in those situations.
That's a really good point. I mean, if he were to shoot for a takedown or go blindly trying to take it to the mat from where Dan is forcing him to be, it would just be really unadvised. That's a really good point, mate. Beautiful. Another one of the lead hand. Dan just punishing him with that. Again, forcing Ung to have to dart in to try and get past that reach, trying to get past that lead hand.
So let's be careful here. He's getting caught reaching a little bit with that left.
He is. And he's going to the well far too many times. There, he changes it up. Goes to the feint with the right first to hit with the left hook. There's a lot to sink your teeth into in this fight. Fantastic little matchup between these two amateur fighters with storied careers already.
Switching stance there, Dan.
Could it be because of that lead knee? He's taken a few shots there. And he eats one. Ung now changing up tactic. He's using his lead hand. Pouring out the jab. Trying to set up that right. There it is. The lead hand with the left sets up the right.
Probably like to see him follow that up a little bit more. He's sort of standing back after he makes those big
He is.
connections.
He's almost tentative. I think he's wary of that lead hook of Dan Raw. Tapping.
You can hear his corner. You can hear Ung's corner urging him to press on.
Yeah,
get in straight away.
Absolutely. And he eats a right hand there.
There's that follow-up we're talking about. I'd like to see a little bit more of that.
It's a very interesting dynamic. A low shot there. Before we were interrupted by the accidental illegal blow there. It's a very interesting dynamic. Ung's getting off almost on the third and fourth punches. Whereas Dan O'Rourke, he's going for one clean, crisp strike and not really following up on it because Ung just roars back in.
What do you think that is, Jake? Do you think he's trusting his timing? Or?
Oh, absolutely. I do think it's a lot of that. Could be a few things. He's being very, very economical with his striking. You don't want to blow all your energy in one go. You want to be very, very sort of careful with how you distribute your energy. I mean, the types of strikes that Dan's throwing to, very high energy expenditure. I mean, they're very, very powerful shots.
You can see that again in the first two that he's thrown here.
Yeah. And there we go again. They're very stiff. And a beautiful leg kick to that damaged knee, it looks like, of Dan O'Rourke. Fantastic end of the round.
A barnstorming finish there.
Yeah, absolutely. They took that little break there.
If you've got more than 4 years experience in your trade, you may be eligible for one of the last few fully funded assessments to get your qualification fast. Check out Building Industry Training on Facebook for details.
So as we do head into this last round, it's interesting to note that all fights so far have been stopped. So we'll see if we go the distance this time.
Yeah.
Third and final round.
The deciding factor, the third round. One way or another, somebody is going to come out victorious. Very, very close round, but something tells me somebody might get dropped in this round. Somebody might get a deciding takedown. And there it is! Ung just drives that right hand into his chin and comes up with the kick. Dan fights it off. What a tough kid.
O'Rourke just ate it like it was nothing.
Yeah. Comes back completely poised. His nose is streaming a little bit of blood there, but you wouldn't even know it apart from that. Straight back into the pocket, straight back into the fight.
Again, he takes center.
Beautiful. Change it up with a leg kick there. Ung with the naked high kick. Dan can see it coming. Great fight from both boys. This is fantastic. I'm on the edge of my seat. I just don't know what is going to happen next. At any point, one of these guys could land and finish it.
Ung still looks really fresh here too, Jake, so wouldn't be surprised if he's got a little bit left in the gas tank.
Yeah, and going back to what we were saying before, he's actually the volume striker out of the two, and he looks very, very fresh. That's a good point.
So See if he looks to attack that leg again. I know his corner is screaming for it.
It's a very, very interesting little few exchanges here. Both fighters actually missing. A lot of the pace has slowed. A lot of thought going into these strikes, and a lot of thought going into the defense behind it as well. Dan complaining the low blow. Tim Takano says, keep going. Dan eats one, throws the kick with no setup. That's the danger. Ung really going after that lead leg, the bandaged leg. And again, Dan checking well, but it is taking its toll on him, if not mentally. He was standing right there in the pocket. He had to shy away just so the shot wouldn't hit him.
He's still walking forward like a true warrior.
And Ung picking his shots now.
Mixing it up, left, right. There we go, doubling up with the jab this time.
Left hook again from Dan O'Rourke. Dan's going back to the right hand now. This is beautiful. He's changing up between both of them. Ung staying in the pocket. That stinging jab keeping him back.
With 30 seconds to go, these boys need to start pouring it on.
Yeah, Dan just having a little second wind here. He's staying right in the pocket. I think both boys know that it's a very close fight and they're trying to get their points off while they can. 15 seconds left. And here we go.
Last 10, here we go.
The last stanza of the fight. We might see a flurry here.
Go. Final few seconds.
The boys are biting down. What a cracking fight there, Jake. That was an absolute cracker.
That was a fantastic fight. And like we said, there's a lot to sink your teeth into. Majority of it was a striking exchange, despite the black belt on Ung. That was just a great fight to watch. Guys showing fantastic footwork, beautiful defense. I mean, throwing feints.
This evening at Eternal 30. And all three judges score this bout 29-28. It's a decision to the blue corner, Daniel Ung.
If you know me, know this ain't my first way. Certified everywhere, ain't got